So I will introduce you to our panelists. So first we have Dijon Bowie. Dijon Bowie currently serves as family advisor for the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene within the Office of Consumer Affairs. Dijon is tasked with bringing an informed family voice. She started her career in child welfare as a therapeutic foster care home finder and subsequently moved into more progressively responsible roles within the child welfare arena. Convinced that she could make a difference, Dijon decided to not only talk the talk but also walk the walk. Dijon became a therapeutic foster parent, which ultimately led to adoption. Her experience in child welfare was to make a difference, coupled with her passion to advocate for families and youth, prompted her to shape her career towards policy and advocacy. She has a BA in Human Service and a Master's in Public Administration. She also serves as a co-chair for the Manhattan Borough-based Council in conjunction with the Coordinated Children's Services Initiative of New York City. So let's welcome her to the panel. Next we have Ms. Estelle Johnson. She has a degree in business administration. She has worked for the MTA for over 25 years. Estelle is an adopted parent and a former foster parent. She has recruited over 100 people to become foster parents, over 100, and has fostered over 60 children for over 25 years. She will share her experience of being a foster parent and being subjected to false allegations. And we also have Mr. John Lance, who is also a foster and adopted parent, who will also share his particular experiences with having false allegation and how he has been able to be a champion and overturn his case and what that really entails and what that means, what that looks like, and how these allegations can truly affect your life. So we will begin first with Ms. Bowie. You can just share your story and your experiences with us.
Sure. One of my first jobs was my first job out of school was to be a therapeutic foster parent, a therapeutic home finder. And as I was recruiting foster parents and sort of telling this story and doing my spiel, I decided that I'm doing this and I'm talking to people and I'm telling them how it should be and how it could be. Why don't I try it myself? And I decided to become a foster parent. From that, I did not parent a lot of children. I only parented 3 children in my experience as a foster parent, although it was for over a 10-year period. The children that I had, one graduated college and became who is currently a caseworker. The other one is a nurse, and the last one that I had, I adopted. In my experience as a foster parent, working in foster care was very difficult. I ran up into a lot of obstacles, and those obstacles was because I quote-unquote knew too much. So I became a problem or the squeaky wheel because I knew too much. I knew policy. I knew how to advocate for my children. I knew when their rights were being violated. I knew what was supposed to be done and how to go about making sure that it happened. So I became like this squeaky wheel. And you would never think I'm working for one agency and I'm here and I'm doing my job, and because I know the policy at this agency where I'm parenting my children from, that they're giving me such a hard time. I never had an allegation against me, although they tried to make allegations. They separated my children. They took them downstairs in the lobby when they would leave and asked them, do you want to live here? And my kids would press the buzzer and say, she's asking me, do I want to live here? Like, those type of things. I guess I was fortunate enough that my children felt comfortable enough to come and tell me what was going on, but a lot of times it was just like fighting a constant battle. I think also with the agency's ability to determine who they want as foster parents, that is also a problem within ACS because there's no recourse. If an agency, you don't have to have an allegation against you, but when your children are old enough to age out, or if they move out of the home or something, that agencies can sort of decide that they don't want you to be a foster parent anymore and there's no recourse against that. So that's my story. And so many injustices I've seen that I actually changed my career to, I no longer work in child welfare, I work doing advocacy on a different level. And it's because of all that I've witnessed in child welfare. I had a conversation with a fellow social worker and she said to me, you know, oh, with IOC we do whatever we want now. And I'll never forget her saying that to me.
Can you just explain to the audience what IOC is?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's improved outcomes for children, and it's a sort of a new way to do that ACS took on to do things. And because of that, it gave the contracted agencies a lot more power and less oversight in ACS. They took away the case managers that before, a long time ago, if there was a problem with an agency as a foster parent, you can call a case manager down at ACS, and it was sort of oversight looking at what was going on with the case. There's no longer case managers watching the case anymore, and the agency sort of has full control over the case.